So welcome once again. This is Dr. Bart Rademaker, Prescriptions for Transformation, hashtag real people, hashtag real conversations. And once again, I'm out here looking for talent, those talented people out there that can show you a different way of doing things, really to inspire you to try something new, try something that you once thought was just a dream at one time in your life, perhaps even forgotten. And now, because it's out there once again, maybe it's something that you can do. And what I'm particularly excited for today is how a model can also become a great photographer. How models, when they become that photographer, have a different perspective of what it is to be that model and then capturing that essence of that model. And I'm all about getting that essence from people. I'm all about finding the best in people, whoever they may be, wherever they come from. Because here's the truth, we all desire divine happiness. We all desire to have a better life for us. And when we can find that, and particularly in photography, it's an awesome experience to capture the beauty and the essence of people behind or in front of the camera, I should say. So for today, I'm really excited to be introducing a model and photographer that I recently met who became a phenomenal photographer in a very short time. So Josie, welcome today and thank you for joining me.
Hi, thank you for the good introduction. That was awesome.
So I'm delighted to be talking to you today because you're that special individual that not only are you a great model and know how to model, but you're also out there wanting to be a great photographer. But you go one step beyond that. You've gone that step where you're wanting to help people acquire or get the same kind of experience that you have. And tell us a little bit about that. Tell us about these journeys you've gone to different countries, setting up events, all these kinds of things.
Well, to begin with, I believe that the photography industry is an industry that should be about inclusion. So, really, we all should be helping each other and giving advice in the ways to push each other to move out of the realm of hobby photographer and to be able to follow our passions and what make us happy, which for a lot of people happens to be owning a photography business. What I do is I scout models, I scout locations. I've been all over the world. I work exclusively with different places for workshops that we do, for photo socials, as we call them. And we have a membership program where you can get involved. And every month or every 2 months, you come together and we teach about a specific part of photography. It's impossible to cover it all in one day, so you have to break it down. So for one, we'll do direction and communication, which really involves model and photographer together, which I think is lacking. Even though they work together all of the time, they don't really know how to talk to each other. And sometimes a box in front of your face can be a literal wall that you put up. So we teach everybody how to put the camera down and how to communicate back and forth to achieve the image, live painting sometimes that you want, and then you pick up your camera and you shoot it. It's about communication. We move forward into branding and how to move past just being a hobby photographer. We bring in experts in each person's fields. We're even looking into moving into building a better business plan. So it's not just, how to say, so many people think that what we do is just taking pictures. And while that seems like it's a very nice and fancy dream, and wouldn't we all just want to take pictures and be able to pay our bills, there's so many other things that are incorporated with what we do that it makes it kind of like an all-in-one game. And you have to be able to manage, or at least have a team of people around you that could help you manage all of those different aspects so that you can sustain what you're trying to build.
Right. What I find interesting is this, is that our world is changing. And with technology, there are so many more opportunities that we have to do things that were once impossible. I remember when I was growing up in Mexico, as a young kid and met a phenomenal National Geographic photographer. And at that time, at the age, I think I was 6 or 7, I just fell in love. I think I'm not sure if I fell in love more with the fact that he had the coolest Toyota Jeep, or just, the thing that he went all over the world. But the point that I'm getting at is, in today's world, it's really easy to have access to phenomenal cameras. Even your camera on your cell phone is great, and really capture the most incredible experiences that you can keep for a lifetime. And today, with changing economy too, even make a business out of it. And that's what I like about what you're doing, because not only are you attracting new photographers and up and coming photographers and even seasoned photographers, because it's not always easy to make all those arrangements and all those things happen. So obviously with your events, getting the models together and finding the cool places. And I think you went to France at one point, scout some places there, got some great pictures there as well, and now you're going to Florida.
To do a big class in France, you will lose people, but small groups are doable.
Right. So, what is it that you like the most out of photography? Because in the subheading, I put in the in betweens. What is that?
Okay, so a lot of people go for that perfect picture, perfect pose, perfect lights, perfect everything, eye contact. I prefer, once I get to know someone, if I've been shooting someone that I know, or even if I get to know you a little bit, there's like that little bit of essence to that person that, while you can get them in their straightforward glamour portfolio headshot, that moment when they go to adjust their skirt or go to fix their hair, you take that picture then, it has this beautiful speck of time where they're beautiful, but they're still completely themselves. And that, to me, is the image that really pops to me.
Right.
Art is subjective, so it might not work that way for everybody, but those are the best ones. Those are the images that, when I'm looking through my finished digital SD card,
right,
those resonate in my heart.
It almost seems that the authentic person, really comes out when that person's not paying attention to be someone in particular, is that their truth self comes out. And it's almost, the way that I like to portray, and this is what my photography usually is all about, is, capturing the emotion, capturing the essence of that person, when they're not really focused on that.
And that's really it, because when people are taking pictures, they're thinking all the time, like, I'm taking a picture now, I should look this way. And when you can get the moment where they stop thinking about that and are like back to being themselves, those are the perfect pictures.
Yeah, it's funny because one of my strategies, and you're very welcome to use this, by the way, is that I let them do their own thing, and I give them a little guidance. I don't tell them a certain position. I just say, just do whatever you feels natural. And then when they get that pose, then I tell them, don't move, stay there. And I'm yelling at them. So it drives them a little nuts. What?
When you come to one of our things that we're doing, I will teach you how to bridge that gap.
Oh, well, I like the way that I do it, by the way, but I'm always open to learn new things. So that's for sure. So one of the things that I also want to hear from you is that you do all types of photography, and I think you started off with weddings and kids and stuff like that.
Yes, I have a umbrella company to Josie Sparks Productions, which is like my full production company name. That's where we do weddings and events. I work with a couple of my friends, and weddings are just, they're the happiest day of people's lives. So for somebody to want you to be the person that photographs that day is an honor and a privilege. The wedding photography business is not the easiest to get into. I will say it straight away to anybody that asks me about it, because in order to have a portfolio for weddings, you have to have weddings that you have already done. But you book weddings a year in advance. So to everyone that's worried about the wedding game, don't worry. Get through 2017 season, and 2018 will be that much better. Events, I do adoption parties. I've done regular birthday parties. Anything where people are really happy is always fun, because you get to do that photojournalistic style that gives you the in-between pictures, so everybody's not posed the whole time. You get to catch perfect moments, and you could pretend like you're a fly on the wall, kind of. The best day is when people don't know you're there.
Yeah, I totally agree. So I know that we're going to share some pictures today, and let me see. I know I had a challenge with this the other day. Let's see if I can get it to work.
I have faith.
And let's see. Now, are you seeing that picture up there?
I can.
Okay, great. So tell us a little bit about this one.
This is actually the little girl that I did her adoption party for. I'm a friend of her mom's, and I will not use her name because she is so young. But I like it because we have a whole bunch of pictures of her looking straight at camera and the perfect portrait. But this is something to me that you would hang on your wall. It has the essence of innocence. She's playing with a leaf. Well, I mean, we're all adults now. The chances of us enjoying a leaf as much as she is slim to none. You could tell that it's a fall day because the wind is blowing her hair. Black and white. I'm a huge black and white fan, particularly for realism. And you don't know her mother, but if you did know her mother, and just looking at this picture, you could tell that her mom styles her kid perfectly.
Right. Nice. So let's go.
I've never done this, critiqued my own work like this. This is nice.
What about this one?
This picture. I am a huge fan of the golden hour. I love that sunset time of day. This model in particular, Brienne, she showed me this location and told me that I was never allowed to bring another model there again, and I have not. I did bring a couple though, and this is my glamour. This is like what my version of glamour would be, and what my version of my favorites would be. It's an in-between. She was just kind of walking and I shot it. It's also a faceless photo, which is something that I particularly draw to when it comes to my art farther away from my business. I feel like the anonymous person always is more identifiable. I think that's like psychological too, but it works with me. I love the greens. I love the yellows. I just love everything about this shot.
Yeah, it's a great picture.
It's just pretty. I love pretty.
How about this one?
This picture this was almost an accidental shot. Like, it was cold and it shouldn't have been cold, and it was windy, and she did her hair so perfectly, and her hair was blowing everywhere. And the sun just came out from that last little bit of clouds, and I knew I could silhouette them, and I just let them go, and the little I don't know, the little glow things, the little weeds in front kind of became an obsession this last fall, where I was shooting them almost all of the time. So be able to incorporate what I did with objects and not people into probably my favorite couples photograph that I have was really nice. It's a testament to fall in this picture for sure, especially Pennsylvania fall.
Nice. Okay, got one more, I think, and then there's this one. I love this picture. This is amazing.
This goes in my top 10, if not top 5 of my entire portfolio. Because this would be the definition of the in-between. I have a personal connection with the model, Kate. She's absolutely exceptional. We're friends. We've always worked together. I so hate to use the word muse, but I guess she would be the definition of one, especially for me, and I feel like a lot of other people felt that way. This was also a house that was right off of the main road that I was watching them tear it down day by day. It was pretty destructed. And then one day bulldozers showed up, and it was just time. Like, we had to get in there and shoot it. And we shot it quite a few times before it was finally down. And this day, I should have sent them to you as well. I have other shots of other models in this house on the same day, just to see how it played with the light falling a certain way. But Kate, she was perfectly posed. And this is what I tell a lot of the models when they're trying to be perfect all the time. I told her to just relax and fix her hair. And that was when the shot came.
Right.
And this shot is just everything. The composition, to me, it feels like a book. There's random little hidden things that I see all in the brick.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. Well, I'm going to take away this screen sharing thing again, and let's see, where are we?
That was fun.
That was fun. That's cool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, well, I really want to acknowledge you, not only being a model and a photographer, but really in reinventing yourself. And this is what this platform is all about. I mean, I can find the absolute top people in the world, and showcase all their brilliant stuff, and but it's not about them. They've done their journey, and I'm out here, wanting to support and showcase people like yourself and everyone else, and when people can find you and find some answers in the things that you can do for them, and I can help your business. I mean, that's what this is all about. And it's finding new talent, it's finding new creations, it's finding new solutions, and you're one. So I want to acknowledge you for that, and I want to thank you for today. And for those photographers out there, aspiring photographers or aspiring models, what kind of advice would you give them?
Um, in any industry and starting and following your dream, it's all about that existential leap of faith. And sometimes you just got to do it. And if you try and wait for the perfect time to follow your dreams, it's never going to happen. There's always going to be something that's not perfect about the minute. So you might as well just do it, because as cliche as it sounds, at the end of the day, when we're all said and done and we're laying on our deathbeds, the things that we regret are going to be the chances and the decisions that we didn't make, not the mistakes that we made along the way.
Yeah, very, very well said. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And people can reach out to you on Facebook, Josie Sparks. We'll put the link down here. If they're interested in any of your events, they can connect with you that way. So thank you. And for my audience, I'll be back tomorrow.